Okay, question number 19. A point PXY moves such that it is always 3 units from point Q. Now, we have P generally, this is question 19, XY from one point, that is Q, 4, 4, and the distance is always 3 units. So let's put it down. That means PQ equals to 3, isn't it? And the locus of P intersect a straight line joining the origin O and the point Q, the origin O and Q at a point M. Find the equation of the locus of P. Find the length of OM. Okay, what does it mean? The locus of P intersects a straight line. Oh, okay. Now, let me just illustrate this into diagram first. Okay, initially I was like, oh, what is this? So 4, 4. That means this is Q, and then the P will move 3 units around the Q. Okay, it will go like that. Now, it may not be accurate, but doesn't matter. And this locus P, it will intersect a straight line that join O and point Q at a point M. That means it will join this, the origin and the point Q and point M here, okay? At a point M. I think this is what it means. The question doesn't really well written. So the locus of P will pass through, intersect a straight line that join the origin and the point Q and a point M. It's not at the point M. Oh yeah, it will intersect this line that join O and Q at point M. So M could be here, M could be here. We don't know, yeah? We don't know. So it could be there and it could be here. Don't know where is it, because it say it will intersect at this straight line that join O and Q at the M. So it could be here, it could be there. So what we need to find is, after we understand the question, first we need to find the equation of the locus P, and next we find the length of OM in unit. Okay, so let's find the locus P using the concept of distance. How do we find distance in the first place? X minus x1. In this case, my x1 is 4. And then squared plus y minus y1. And then squared. Square root equals to 3. You bring the square root across. You have a square on this side as well. And then expand this. We will have x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus y squared minus 8y plus 16 equals to 9. And let's group all of them together in the order of x after y, followed by the descending index power. Yeah. Now x squared plus y squared minus 8x minus 8y plus 16 plus 16. We have plus 32. And plus 32 minus 9 equals to 0. Okay, solve this part. So we have x squared plus y squared minus 8x minus 8y. And then we will be plus 23. Is it 32 minus 9? 23, yes. So this is our locus of P. Now, it passes through the straight line. Passes through the straight line at M. So we need to find OM in units. We have to find what is the coordinates of M first. So how do we do? Passes through a straight line at a point origin and a point Q at a point. So let's find the coordinates of M. To find the intersecting point, we really need to solve the equation simultaneously. Okay, let's solve that part first. Form the equation first. The origin is 0, 0. The point Q is actually 4, 4. So the equation that makes this one, in order to find the equation, we have to get one point. Okay, I take the origin as the point. and then I have to find the gradient in between them. So it will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You will notice that the gradient is actually 1. Yeah. Therefore, the equation will be y minus 0 equals to m x minus the 0. Y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. So we will have y equals to x. This is the equation. Okay. Now, whenever you see the y, now we need to solve this equation simultaneously. Whenever we see the y, we replace with the x. So now it will become x squared plus x squared minus 8x minus 8x plus 23 equals to 0. So we will have 2x squared minus 16x plus 23 equals to 0. So let's solve this one, yeah? 2x squared minus 16x plus 23. Now, I do not want to waste time. I use the calculator to help me to solve this, yeah? So, computational modes first. Now, let's go to the equation. Mode 3 times equation, choose number 1. And then we have only, the degree is 2 because the highest power is 2. My A will be 2. The B is negative 16. And then the C is 23. Okay, so we will have x1 equals to 6.12. So for this one, my x1. Now, by right, we cannot use the calculator to do like this. We have to show this, since this is not a, the whole number, so we have to show them that we are using this. Minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac and then divided by 2a. And then the next one, we write the answer, 6.121, or another one, 1.87, round it up, yeah, 879, okay, which it makes sense, yeah. Now, next we need to find the distance between the O and the M. Okay. The O and the M. Now, since the M is along y equals to x, therefore for the coordinates M, right, it's either here or here, the x and y value will be the same. So if x is 6.121, therefore the y will also be 6.121, and so on and so forth for this one. So let's put this down. Let's put this down first. Okay, put it here. Now, my coordinates of M will be 6.121, 6.121, or 1.879, 1.879. And we need to find the distance of OM. So how do we find the distance of OM? We just apply the formula x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, and then we square root it to find the distance of OM. In this case, my origin, the x1 and y1 is 0. Okay, so OM will now become 6.121 squared plus 6.121 squared, and then square root. Okay, then we use the calculator and calculate this. 6.121, we square it. Oops, sorry, computational mode first. 6.121, we square this, and then plus 6.121 and square it again, and then we square root the answer. We have 8.6564. So over here we have 8.6564 unit That is the distance of OM for the first part. Or the OM will equals to 1.879 squared plus 1.879 squared, and then we square root it, and that will give us 1.879 square, and then we times 2, square root this one, 2.657. 2.657 unit. So that is the answer for our OM.